in the morning to the clear blue sky. Turn up the music when I hop in the ride. The windows down, let the whole world see. Can't nobody rock it like little old me. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I got my trucks and my dickies and I put it on black. Banging Sinatra in a flat Cadillac. My old lady leaning out the whole window. Everybody looking when we walking slow.
Dead Island is probably the franchise that has the most presence here at Gamescom this year. You got Dead Island Epidemic, that's on the show floor, playable. The sort of MOBA take on the Dead Island franchise. You got Escape from Dead Island, which is a brand new thing that you're just recently announced. And of course, there's Dead Island 2, the long-anticipated sequel. From your perspective, from the Deep Silver perspective, what do you feel about the Dead Island franchise moving forward?
So, you know, after we finished the original Dead Island and Riptide, you know, we were looking into the universe itself, and we're looking like, you know, what does this universe have to offer? You know, there were so many things we wanted to explore. So for us, you know, it was like, yes, of course we do a sequel, but we wanted to explore different aspects of the game. So, you know, with Epidemic, we tried to look into the whole idea of a huge epidemic with scarce resources, and where actually, you know, after a while the humans will start fighting each other. So, you know, we wanted to look into this topic, and that's why, you know, we were working on Epidemic. And the other side, we felt like there's still more from a story point of view we would like to tell. And so far our characters were always, you know, the immunes, you know, people who were able to resist the virus. So we wanted to tell a more normal human story, you know, and that's why we started working on Escape Dead Island to show this side of the universe as well. And that's why we started to create the spin-offs. And, you know, for Dead Island 2, we were of course looking, you know, what did the people like the most about Dead Island? Because, you know, they always come to us at shows or write feedback to us, and there were all the things we always got were, you know, awesome user stories. You know, people were talking about how they played with their friends, having fun, slaughtering zombies, talking about funny moments which happened. So for us, this was like, okay, this is where we need to focus, you know. That's why, you know, some people were wondering about the trailer, you know, saying, hey, why is it so different? But for us, it's like, no, it's actually not different, you know. For us, it was important that the tone of the game reflects how people play actually our game, you know, and that's why we made the step to say everything needs to work together, you know, everything needs to fit together.
Yeah, because of course the tone of this trailer is very different from the tone of the original game's trailer that sort of really blew up Dead Island, and a lot of people still identify with it, but perhaps the game wasn't entirely in that tone.
Yeah, as I said, you know, the game was played differently. You know, as soon as you add multiplayer, everything changes. You know, you have people who try to get the serious part of the story, and then all of a sudden you have another player passing by like, woo, 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 let's get the zombies. You know, it's really hard, you know, to tell a really deep drama story. You know, and that's again why we said, let's do something which fits more the environment of that island.
And you know, the multiplayer is perhaps an even sort of bigger part of it, and the chaos that multiplayer brings than in the first game, because you're adding more players, and it's more of an open experience where you can just hang out and play whatever you want to do. If you want to team up, you can, and if you don't.
So, you know, for us again was important, since, you know, even today people still play together. So we were looking into how can we make this even better, you know, this experience. So we decided we must have a seamless experience. You know, I'm in the Dead Island 2 menu, I press play, and I'm in this big open world, and it's already multiplayer. You know, it feels like single player. You know, we don't play with this guy now or do that. You know, I can do whatever I want. If I'm in the mood for single player, just do it. You know, you can loot some stuff, do some quests. You know, maybe you want some new weapons, so you're looking for blueprints. But then, you know, it can happen that you hear some noise, some explosions are going on. So you want to know what's going on there. So you walk down the street and then you see this bar built into a little fortress. And you have up to 7 players standing there fighting off a huge zombie horde, you know, and you can like, okay, I want to join this, I want to be part of this battle. If you're not in the mood, you just keep playing your single player quest. And that's what we really wanted to achieve. And it's the same even with competitive play. So if people want, you know, by default, for us it was important to keep the spirit of fun together with other people. But there are certain points in the game where they can decide to fight each other. But again, it was important for us that this decision is made first. Hey, yes, I wanna kill this guy, and I wanna get harmed as well by other players.
So that would translate into sort of PvP areas, if you will.
Yeah, sort of. So, you know, for us it was important that we don't create some artificial area where everyone needs to gather up and then there's a death match, you know, where it's about killing people. We really wanted to...
Thunderdome.
Yeah. So for us it was... We always called it natural PvP. So, you know, we always wanted to have a meaning, a reward behind this. So, for example, we have an event, we call it a chopper crash. So it might happen that you walk around in the world and all of a sudden there's a helicopter in the air, smoke's coming out and he's crashing down. So since it's a military helicopter, players, you know, will get soon that this thing might have awesome weapons. But what we do is we take the zone around the helicopter where it crashed and turn it into a PvP area. So now, you know, we just introduce an additional risk. You know, and it might be fine, you know, you go there and there might be no other players, so you get the awesome reward, but everyone saw this crash, so there's a high chance that other players will show up and there can be only one reward. You know, they could, if they want, they can just talk about it. Like, oh, you take it this time, I take it next time. But that's probably not gonna happen, I guess.
You can also say, hey, you go ahead and take it, and then you hit someone in the back. And
You can do that as well, yeah.
so, certainly very, very exciting times, and it's coming out pretty soon. It's coming out this spring.
Yeah, early next year.
And the idea to go for next gen consoles and PC only, is that sort of a natural thing for you guys to do at this point, or what was the decision process for that?
You know, for us it was important, you know, to make a true sequel in the quality, which is good for Dead Island 2. So for us, you know, it was quite obvious as well, you know, when we started working with Jaeger, they were like, okay, Unreal 4, this is the awesome new technology, and we were like, yeah, let's do that, you know, because we want to make the best sequel possible, and then that's why we had this natural step to going to next gen only, because we didn't want to have any compromises on the sequel.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.